Hey guys, Hillamar here, and I've been asked this question multiple times now, and I'm going to go ahead and put it at the test. We're wondering what some of the best units are in the game. We obviously know the big contenders like the elephants, the cataphracts and everything, but I'm honestly wondering about units that are fairly similar like paladins and cataphracts, so we're going to put it to the test real quick. And we'll see what the results are. This is a paladin from the Franks, so it's 20% higher health, versus a cataphract from the Byzantines. And we'll see who wins this fight. We'll go into a little bit of analysis afterwards. So it definitely looks like the paladin has the upper hand on this. I mean, if you notice, the attack on the cataphract, 12 plus 2, health 7, is 150 now compared to the Frankish paladin. I figured this would be the case because one of the major downsides of the Byzantines is the fact they do not get blast furnace, so that they lose 2 attack from one of their strongest units. Even their paladins are not as beefy as the paladins from the Franks, making the Frankish paladins easily one of the best units in the game. They have some of the highest defenses, 18 attack at the end, and 192 health now. That is very formidable, especially when running into an army of those. Now, where the Byzantine cataphract shines over the paladin is when it is facing infantry, and we're going to go ahead and put that to the test. I'll show you that, guys, in just a second, and we'll continue to do the analysis as we run across it. Alright, so this is a paladin, a Byzantine Paladin versus a Teutonic Knight. And the reason the Teutonic Knight is one of the best units in the game is because he has one of the highest attacks of any normal combat unit. And by that I mean something that is not a siege engine or a war elephant. A war elephant I almost consider a siege engine because of their massive amount of health and because of their massive amount of attack. So a Teutonic Knight at the end is going to have 21 health, or 21 attack, and 100 health. But where they really shine is their melee resistance. They have a 13 melee resistance. So as you know, the Paladin is only going to have a maximum of 18 attacks, so 13 of that is already going to be negated. So every time he gets hit, it's only going to be 5 health. Now you noticed it was a little bit less than that on this fight, but that was because it was Byzantine. But if we wanted to, we could just add another 8 health that was removed. So he would be sitting at 62 health instead of 70 health. Which still, he wins by over 50%. The major downside, the Teutonic Knight, is the speed, as many people already know, but they are very resistant to monks, although a monk with block printing will be able to convert a Teutonic Knight before he can reach him if started at maximum range of 12. So we're going to go ahead and pit one of these against a elite cataphract, and I'll show you exactly why they shine so well. Alright, this is the cataphract versus the Teutonic Knight. As you can see, the Teutonic Knight is taking incredible amounts of damage. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. He got the Byzantine cataphract down to barely below half, and that is because of the huge attack bonus the cataphracts have. If you're fighting a civilization such as the Teutons, who do not need, or who are going to field mainly infantry, and you're the Byzantines, your cataphract are easily one of your best units. Now we're going to go ahead and try something else, and I'll show you in just a second what it is. Alright, so this is an elite cataphract versus a paladin, both Byzantine. And so you can see my attack is only 16 compared to the cataphract 14 and my health. A Byzantine paladin is actually better in every way than a Byzantine cataphract. Its armor, it has a bit higher armor, it has a bit higher attack, and a bit higher health. And it is actually just a fraction faster. It's almost impossible to see the difference over a short area like this, but over the long course of the map, you can save about 35 to 40 seconds running across a different side of the map. So if you're going against a civilization that is wielding mainly archery units, or that is wielding mainly other cavalry, you will actually be better off playing as a paladin, or playing with paladins over the cataphracts, because you'll be able to keep more units and inflict more damage. So we're going to do a couple more tests here, and then we'll see what all we gathered and draw some conclusions. Alright guys, so one myth that has always been talked about is the fact that pierce armor does not affect gunpowder units such as elite janissaries, or hand cannoneers. And that is in fact not true. It completely affects it. As you can see, the amount of health I have left is 115. My pierce armor is a maximum of 7, total of 7, and the elite janissary has an attack of 22. So every attack they do is going to do 15 damage. And that's about right, considering he got 3 hits in, so that leaves me down 45 health. So it is now proven that gunpowder units are actually completely affected by pierce armor. Not regular armor, but by pierce armor. So I hope that helps a little bit in devising a strategy. Speaking of pierce armor, the Huskarl is one of the absolute best units to take out enemies that field a lot of archers, or enemies like the Turks. The reason is because they have a huge attack bonus versus archers, as portrayed in the tech tree. And the attack bonus is actually about 50%. And as it says in the third line there, attack bonus versus buildings and archers. It's about a 50% attack bonus because I hit him in about 2 hits. And I do 16 damage, and the first hit takes him down to about, out of his 40 health, it takes him down to about 18 health. So I'm doing a total of 22 health, so 16, so about 40% extra versus archers. So when fighting an enemy that is going to go ahead and pull a lot of archers, pulling out a lot of Huskarls is going to give you a huge upper hand, and it's going to go a long way towards securing victory. So we'll do another couple tests. Alright, so we all know the attack bonuses that camels have toward other cavalry, but how effective is it really? Because he seems to be losing this fight for this paladin. He's gonna win. It was very close, as you can see. Out of the 140 health, he only has 12 left, so his attack bonus must not be that big. Doing a total of 11 damage, knowing that the paladin only has 5 defense, probably only gives him about a 3 or 4 damage increase, considering how much damage he took. So we're going to go ahead and pit a Mamaluke, which also has a attack bonus versus paladins, and versus cavalry. We're going to pit a Mamaluke against the paladin. We'll see what happens. As you know, in bigger battles, the huge advantage that Mamalukes have over other cavalry is the fact that in big groups they can hit them before they're going to get close to be able to do the damage. In a one-on-one fight, a Mamaluke is going to win against an upgraded paladin, as you just saw. And this means that their attack bonus is actually also a bit lower than you would expect. You would expect a 5 or 6 damage attack bonus, but that paladin was fairly close to death. He had about 25 health left out of his 160 base health, and by the time he was hitting my Mamaluke already had 2 shots off, so his attack bonus is not that great. But when pitted against larger armies, such as this, it's a huge advantage to have a unit that is going to be able to attack from range, because as you can see, all my units in the back are able to attack the paladin as well. So they're not just getting hit by 1 or 2 knives at once, they could be getting hit by 2 or 3 knives at once. Now, numbers are roughly the same, and I'm losing Mamalukes pretty quick, but it looks like I'm getting the upper hand on this battle, and the paladins are starting to run out of units. So these Mamalukes over here, you can see that they have 14 attack, and compared to the paladin 18 attack, they're knocking them out very, very, very quickly. So in numbers, Mamalukes are going to overcome the deficiency that they have over the camels' attack bonus, and that is a huge advantage toward fighting, and the range gives you a little bit extra flexibility when you are watching out, trying not to get attacked by towers or their ranged units. And Mamalukes are also fairly fast. It looks like they're a little bit faster than camels, but let's put that to the test real quick. As you can see, the camels actually a little bit faster than the Mamaluke. It's a little bit hard to tell on this short of a scale, and I don't understand why the camel keeps doing that. It's probably facing the wrong way. But if you separate them like this, the camel will actually continue to gain ground on the Mamaluke. So speed-wise, it is not that big of a change. I don't think it is enough to warrant using camels over the Mamalukes because they're going to be a lot more beneficial in the long run. Their defense is a little bit higher. Obviously, they have the range. Their health is a lot lower, though. And as you saw, they don't inflict nearly as much damage one-on-one to a paladin. Group fight, though, an elite Mamaluke horde is going to be more effective than a heavy camel horde because you're able to attack, like I said earlier, more than just one line of units at a time, which is going to be a decisive factor in your battle. Well guys, I hope you all learned something, and I know I certainly did, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll watch a little bit of carnage here to wrap up this episode. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a suggestion or something, or message me, or however you want, and I'll try to answer your question, and if you want I can do a tutorial video on how to do it, and if you'd like me to play any games, you know, try to take any suggestions that you want, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look at that. Chump change. Alright, you guys, have a good one. I'll see you around.